Welcome to those who have attended. My name is Christopher Sellers. I'm program manager for the UW-Tacoma Educational Outreach Center that is helping to put this program on with the School of Education and Technology. I'd like to welcome our speaker, Juha Hugh. She is an assistant professor of computer science and systems in the School of Engineering and Technology, also known as SET, and the director for the Center for Data Science. And she came to us to put this program together. And basically, I will have her give presentation, and we will go to Q&A at the end of the session. And before we get started, though, we do have a poll that we'd like to put up so that you can complete some basic questions to kind of understand directly from you if you're interested in signing up for the program, what terms you would be interested in having, days of week and times, as well as your experience in the work industry. So there we go. It should be up right now. We'll have that throughout, but if you can fill it out quickly, we'll reference it at the Q&A section as well. So we do appreciate that. So once again, Professor Hugh, please take it from here.
Thank you, Chris. So hello, everyone. My name is Juha. I'm currently an assistant professor of CS at UW-Tacoma, and I'm also the director of Center for Data Science at UW-Tacoma. So my research is mainly in the area of machine learning, data mining, and data science. So I have been actively doing research in computer vision, in computer human interaction, and also cybersecurity or healthcare. And if you want to do any kind of discussion with me for these kind of directions, anytime you can send me an email and we can schedule a meeting for that one. No problem at all. Okay. So today I would like to introduce a little bit about our new program, which is called Big Data Scientist Certificate. So the motivation of this certificate is why should we do data science, right? So the specific thing we are facing right now is every day, as the time goes on, data never sleeps. If you look back to 2019, within every minute of the day, we would generate about 4 million YouTube videos every minute, okay? We would have about around 4 million Google searches every minute. So you can see the number of data we are collecting in every minute is huge, even back to 2019, okay? Now, if we look at 2020, last year, we can see a little bit change in the trend. If you compare directly for Instagram, the number is of the same about users about the post of stories, how many stories they are posted every minute. And you can see a big increase from here, this number to this number between these 2 years. But besides this one, we can see a big change because due to COVID-19, the data which is happening will be shifting a little bit to other scenarios. So you can see we are generating a huge amount of data every minute in the world, no matter what is happening in your side, right? And the most exciting side is this kind of data, they contain value and knowledge. So that's why data science is very important right now. So more than that, actually data is changing our daily life. So say what we are going to eat every day. Like you may want to say, where should I go and order my lunch for today? You may go to Yelp, this kind of specific website. They would have recommendations. And these recommendations, they are from data, right? Second is what do we watch? Maybe the top trending on the Netflix, or what we are listening to, maybe your Spotify playlist. All these information or set recommendations we have right now, they are actually from data, your history data of watching, your history data of listening. Then we can use this kind of patterns to give you recommendations. So you can see data is changing our daily life. More than that, if you look at, say, bioinformatics, and the data science in bioinformatics is also changing our daily lives. And we also have people, they are working in the direction of data science to combating COVID-19. This is also something data science is helping the world. Okay, so data is changing our world. That's another reason we want to do data science. Now, if we look at the specific requirement or say needs for the job of data scientist, if you look at back to the year of 2020, last year, actually we still have been facing a very large shortage in data science, these kind of specific jobs. Okay, so if you see from here, the year-to-year growth for data science job listings, the percentage which is increased is about 37%. So you can see the demand for the job of data scientist is increasing hugely every year. Okay, and it was top three, like the third, let's say, popular job back in 2020 for data science related jobs, and the salary has increased as well. So it has been increased about 14% from year 2019 to 2020. More than that, most exciting part, you can see many companies, they are expanding for the domain of data science team. And because we are generating more data, they need more and more people who can work on this kind of data. So that's why the hiring has been increased dramatically, which is about 67%. So you can see the need or demand for data science is increasing dramatically. And if you look at the specific number of postings versus who are searching for this job, you will see the number of postings is about 3 times compared to the number of searches from people who are trying to find this kind of job. That means we have a huge shortage of this kind of skilled people for data science. And the total number back to last year, shortage about data science is about 250,000 shortage for this kind data science jobs we have in the market. So at the same time, if you look at the shortage scale, I would say from the technical side, the first one is called security. Cybersecurity is very important right now. And we have a specific shortage for this kind of specific knowledge right now. The second one is actually data science skills. So you can see data science is becoming more and more important as we have more and more data from different companies or maybe organizations as well. And now if you look at this year, 2021, you will see the rank of data science has go from the third one to the second one, the top 2 one. So you can see the trend, right? So which is becoming very, very hard every year. And the shortage may increase as well. So that's why I think data science requirement in the demand in the market will be increasing, no problem at all. Yeah. So that's the motivation of data science generally. Now, if you look at our area, say our great Seattle area. Now, right now, if you search on Indeed, you will see over about 1,000 job listings for data science related jobs. And most of them, they are coming from Seattle, Bellevue, Redmond, this kind common tech-based, say, places. We have Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple. And they are seeking for a lot of data scientists working for their data. So that's the specific needs in our Seattle area. Okay, so that's why we are proposing this new program called Big Data Scientist Certificate. So the next offering, as you see already, will be June 19th. Because of the requirement or need of data scientists, and we see the shortage we have right now. So that's why we are thinking like, we don't have many existing programs. They can provide very comprehensive skills for data science. And so that's why we are proposing this program. Then we can somehow bridge that gap we have right now for the shortage. Okay, so according to the program design, right now we are going to have 10 weeks of knowledge delivery. And each week we will have 6 hours of each week. The specific difference we have right now for this program is we would have 3 modules, and we want to build very comprehensive skills you will need in data science. This includes 3 different components. One is data science lifecycle. What is that? It is actually a shared mental model. And that means what kind of steps you may face within a data science project. Actually, one project often starts from like you have a problem and you know what kind of problem you want to solve. After that, you may want to see what kind of data can be used to solve this problem. Now you are going to the stage of data collection. After that, the raw data is maybe not eligible for analysis yet. Then what kind of pre-processing step you need to have? Once your data is ready for analysis, what kind of models you want to choose to model specific background information you have, then use the model. You can do either prediction or inference. Then you can tell the world, hey, we found a new knowledge we can use in the future, right? So this is the basic model we're going to discuss in this module, data science lifecycle. And in the modeling stage, we would have different ways to model. And how can you use the model to estimate the model's parameters so that later that model can be used for your future? In that case, in machine learning, we are going to discuss different models for different problems. It can be regression to predict, say, whether tomorrow what's the amount of rain we will have for tomorrow, or maybe classification, whether we are going to rain tomorrow or not, like this kind of problems, okay? Finally, because of the huge amount of data we have right now in companies like Amazon, like Facebook, like Google, the traditional machine learning algorithms, they may not be applicable to handle large scale data, right? So the data is too big. They cannot be stored in a load in your memory. Then your traditional algorithm cannot handle. All the data is in hard disk only. Then how can you reduce the I/O operations? Further, if the data is spent over different machines, how can you handle the data analysis? So that's why we have the third module, which is called big data. Inside, we're going to discuss a little bit about database as well, like how big data can be saved. And use that format, how can you further do analysis? When you have data, they are spent over different machines, they are often stored in the distributed file system. How is that formatted? And after that, using the specific format of distributed file system, what kind of specific technology we can use to do the analysis, which is going to be MapReduce, maybe using Hadoop, maybe using Spark. So we are going to cover as well. Finally, for analysis, we will cover what kind of algorithms we can extend from small scale to larger scale, so on and so forth, okay? And I would say for data science, it's not like basic fundamental knowledge-based computer science or engineering classes. Data science is more important on the side of hands-on experience. More practical experience, you will have better decisions when you are facing new projects. So that's why for this certificate, everything we are going to deliver in the way using real-world case studies. And in the assignment format, we are going to deliver in the way using workshops followed by independent assignments. So take one example here is, if you don't know Python yet, then in the way we are going to deliver for the workshop is, we'll give you some kind basic guidelines at first. Then based on that one, you are going to given some kind independent questions you can solve, so on and so forth. Guidelines first, then you have the questions you can solve. Using this way, you will have better experience, not just from the fundamentals we discuss in class, but also more guidelines for hands-on experience. So that's the basic design. More than that, because every component we discuss, they should connect it together later when you are doing a project. So the milestone projects will help you connect all those components we have discussed in every lecture. Then you are going to work on a specific whole project and have better experience. For example, what's the specific steps we have in one project, and how can we build machine learning pipelines which can be deployed in your product. Finally, for big data, how can we design the MapReduce pipeline for your project in Spark, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the basic experience you can gain from this certificate program. Now talk about environment we are going to use in this certificate. We are going to use Python in the major programming language one. Within that, in the terms of database related topic, we will use SQL in Python, and all the small assignments or workshops will be conducted in the Google Colab environment. You don't have to install something. You just have a Google account, then you have access of the Google Colab, so you can run this kind of workshops, do your assignments. And in terms of big data, because the data is often spent over different machines, like in Linux clusters, you will gain experience of using Linux. And also you may want to use AWS to do Spark related big data analysis. So these are going to be platforms we are going to use for this certificate. Why we are choosing this one? If you go to actionable website, there's a post about what kind of skills they are wanted by the industry or by the engineering side or computer science side in the careers. SQL, Java, Python, Linux, and JavaScript, they are the top 5 at that time. I think right now we are still facing this kind of needs, right? So look here, you will see Python will be the major one we're using, and Linux is something you can get experience as well. AWS is another one you can get. SQL is a basic one. Okay, so these are skills you can build in this certificate. Now look at like who can enroll for this program. Either you have an undergraduate degree in engineering or science, or you have at least 3 years of professional experience, like in data analysis, business and analytics, or intelligence, or you have experience in software engineering or program. They are all okay for you to take this program. From the knowledge side, it would be better you have some kind of experience of at least one programming language. Python would be best, but it's also okay if you already have the programming experience through some kind of projects or coursework. That'd be good. The basic requirement is you would have some kind of background of college level statistics, probability theory, linear algebra, calculus, and so on. Okay, so this is the background requirement for enrollment. So finally, here is the program detail. So for this coming session in summer, it's going to be online, synchronized through the Zoom. So we are going to meet every Saturday and Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it's going to be 10 weeks. So the cost is $4,000 something. It's going to cover all the costs, including registration fees and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you are interested to take this session, feel free to go to this website and right now, if you have any question, just let me know. Thank you for listening.